For more on the economy in Egypt, I'm joined now by Dr. Ibrahim Oweiss. He is the economist and former professor at Georgetown University. Welcome back to Viz Asia America. It's good to have you here, Professor.
Thank you.
Let me start with the economy in Egypt, because unless you're following the news every single day, the headlines are disconcerting. What's going on in Egypt with respect to the economy?
It is political instability. And the political instability has a reflection on the economy, the overall economy. For example, the industrial production in Egypt had fallen by about 9.1%, which is significant. Number two is that tourism had been affected. The revenues from tourism are one of the important foreign exchange earnings of the country.
One of the things that occurred during the change of an administration, to put it in a nice way, that a lot of people thought there would be new opportunities to be created in Egypt and cities around the country. Is that optimism warranted today still?
I think so. I am optimistic in the long run. In the short run, it is a period of adjustments. Once stability started to be very evident in the country, then tourism will come back again with large numbers.
It's obviously taken a big hit.
That's right.
Tourism is now, and they get visitors from all over the world, from the Americas to Europe to Asia, and people are obviously nervous. I mean, if you're planning a family trip, that's probably not on the top of your list for obvious reasons. What can the government there do? I mean, things appear to have stabilized a bit of late. What can the government do to perhaps reassure visitors that things are getting cleaned up and it's safe to come to Egypt? When is that going to happen?
Provide better conditions for inviting foreign investments into the country. Egypt has potential growth because of the minerals that it has, that it needs to be exploited in Sinai and in other parts of the country.
Are things stable enough now where officials in Egypt can start perhaps going to other countries to sell the other countries, say, please come and invest, come and visit? Are we there yet in terms of timing?
Yes. In fact, I was a former ambassador from Egypt at one time during President Sadat. And my main function in the United States is to convince companies to invest in the country. And I had, all modesty, had succeeded in doing that because the country has good potential, but only people need to know that. Any investor is seeking two things. Number one, is that high rates of return, and number two, stability, because stability is the other side of the coin.
A lot of people forget that Cairo is a bustling city like a New York or a Tokyo. It just happens to be in Egypt. You've got millions and millions of young workers who are looking for work. They're ready to work. A lot of them are educated. What's it going to take for foreign multinational firms to say, look, we believe in Egypt, we're going to come in, we're going to invest, we're going to set up our business here?
It needs it needs a welcoming.
A welcome. And that's the government's job, isn't it?
A welcome in the country and streamlining of bureaucracy so that an investor will come in, would not be faced with many bureaucratic steps before he's able to establish his or her own business. And that streamlining is now it is on its way, because the Prime Minister of Egypt is an excellent.
Streamlining is good for any country.
Yeah,
Professor,
right.
I want to thank you for your time. I apologize we're out of time today, but again, we're going to have you back again on this very similar topic. Professor Ibrahim, thank you very much.